Welcome to lesson number 4. We're getting ready for an assessment, so let's take up some of the questions, styles that we've been over so far. So with each of these, just pause it when I get to the question, try it yourself, and then we'll take up the answers together. And I think this will be a lot smoother than my horrible handwriting. Okay, so 7a plus 8c when a is equal to 12.5 and c is worth 3.7. Okay, so the question would be to calculate that. So the first thing we would do, actually, you know what? First thing we would do, 7 times a is 12.5. So 7 times 12.5 would be 87.5. And our 8c, 8 times c is worth 3.7, so 8 times 3.7 is 29.6. Okay, so 87.5 plus 29.6 gives me my 117.1. Okay, try this one out. So pause it. So welcome back. We've got 78 is equal to 6y. 6y means 6 multiplied by y. 6 times y. But we don't write that. We don't write that in algebra. So 6y, we just have to understand that we're dealing with multiplication. Okay, I don't want 6 of them, I want 1. So I need to divide 6y by 6, then I'm left with 1y. But whatever I do to the right hand side, I have to do to the left. Okay, so I divide by 6 to get 1y, and I divide my 78 by 6, so y is equal to 13. Okay, here is the next one. So you can see they're getting a bit more challenging. We got 6n plus 5 is equal to 41. So pause it and give it a try. Let's take it up. The first thing I need to get rid of course, is the addition. Okay, it's kind of reverse bed math. I need to get rid of what's attached to my 6n before I can evaluate n. So to get rid of adding 5, I subtract 5. If I subtract 5 from the left, I subtract 5 from the right. So I'm left with 6n is equal to 36. I don't want 6 times n again, I want one of them. So I divide the left and right by 6. That would leave me with 1n is equal to 6. Okay, next we have 4m subtract 11 is equal to 45. Okay, the first thing I need to do is get rid of whatever is attached to my 4m, which is subtracting 11. How do I get rid of subtracting 11? Well, I add 11. If I add 11 to the left, the subtract 11 disappears, but I need to add 11 to the right to balance that. So 4m is equal to 56 now. I don't want 4 times m, I want one of them. So I divide the left and right by 4, so I'm left with m is equal to 14. Okay, these were a bit more tricky, and I got a lot of feedback from people that struggle with some of these, or this style. Same with the word problems. Okay, so write an equation for each situation. I've got 7.1 added to a number is equal to 10.3. Just remember, in the question when it says a number, it means variable. You can put in whatever letter or symbol or whatever you want right there. But wherever you see a number, that means a variable. A number. A number. You see it's repeated. It's in every single question. That tells us where to put our variable. Okay, so 7.1 added to a number is equal to 10.3. It's going to look like that. 7.1 plus my number equals 10.3. Okay, so maybe pause it and try the next 3. Let's take them up. A number is multiplied by 6, and the result is 48. So my number gets multiplied by 6. I've got 48.6. Let's take a look at C. When a number is added to itself, the result is 49. Okay, n plus n is equal to 49. A number is tripled and 2.5 is added, the result is 83.5. A number is tripled, 2.5 is added, there's my 83.5. That question doesn't ask us to calculate it. If it did, it's pretty easy. We just did some examples like that earlier. All right. So, here's like the word style problem that some people were struggling with yesterday. So choose an appropriate variable for each situation, write and solve the equation. So A, if I doubled the money in my savings account, I would have $150.62. So let's do that one first. Give it a try. So pause it. And now we'll take it up. Okay, so if I doubled the money in my account, so I'm going to use the variable m for money. 2 times m would be doubling my money. It's equal to $150.62. I don't want 2m, I want 1, so I would divide the left and the right both by 2, so m is worth 75.31. Okay, let's read B. 3 times the hourly wage plus $7.65 in tips equals $27.90. You have to read this a couple of times to kind of get it. 3 times the hourly wage, that's what we don't know. Plus my $6.75 in tips gives me this total. So that's pretty straightforward. So 3 times the hourly wage. I'm going to use the letter H for hourly wage. Okay, 3 times my hourly wage, so 3H, plus my $6.75 in tips, gives me my $27.90. Okay. First thing we need to get rid of here, the adding 765. So I subtract 765 from the left, I subtract 765 from the right. So I'm left with 3 times my hourly wage is $20.25. I don't want 3 of them, I want 1. I divide by 3, I divide by 3. So the hourly wage is $6.75. I hope this is a little bit smoother to see. So here are some questions for you to try. This is from the chapter self-test. And we'll talk, we will have talked, if you do this in the afternoon, we will have talked about what an assessment's going to look like. Okay, so good luck with all of this. It does look challenging, but read it over 2 or 3 times before you try the math, and you'll get there. Okay, good luck with it, and I'll see you soon.